The Daily Exchange! Guys, we're back. We're here talking about BELA. We've got Felix Xu with us, the co-founder, talking all about the new ecosystem around DeFi and the new token. We'll be right back after this. All right, guys, welcome back. We've got an incredible guest today, the new BELA token, which is incredible. We've got Felix Xu with us, the co-founder and CEO of BELA. Welcome to the show, Felix.
Thank you. Thanks, Brad. I'm very honored to be here. I've heard a lot of good things about Finder, so very happy.
Awesome. And for everyone who is learning just about BELA, do you want to just start off telling us what is BELA?
So BELA is a DeFi aggregator that we actually want to achieve as a crypto bank, one-click crypto bank for everyone, not only for the tech-savvy folks, but for normal crypto users who has small check size to enter the DeFi yield farming space. As you guys might know, DeFi yield farming is one of the hottest, most popular space right now. And there's definitely a lot of good return projects that able to be yield farming, right? So so the barrier is still pretty high because of the gas fee, and also the slow speed, poor user experience. Actually, at BELA, we make products. We made like a suite of DeFi products to lower the user barrier, to simplify the experience, and to subsidize gas fee to make it free to use.
Incredible. So now let's talk about going a little bit further down, talking about yield farming right now. It's a big thing. We've got other projects doing similar things, but let's talk specifically about BELA and how are you uniquely approaching this yield farming. Tell us. Let's go one layer down.
Yep. So as you guys might know, that yield farming is, I would say, like both profitable and risky. You have to, so basically you have to pay for all the gas fees involved in like when you interact with smart contracts, which is now pretty expensive. Like think about when you deposit to add liquidity into Curve Finance, you actually need to spend around $100 just on gas fee, right? And then when you withdraw it, you spend the same amount of money just to get it out, right? So for people who have like under the 5 digits USD dollar of crypto, is not actually worth it to participate in DeFi yield farming. That's one. The second is some of the projects, their smart contracts are not audited, right? Meaning they can just withdraw your money at any time. So it's a big risk, right? So people who are technical competent, they can look into the code. But I think for like 99% of the people, they just don't have any knowledge about smart contracts. So that's the second. And third is like the user experience is very poor. It's not about like all the DeFi protocol, it's just about like the Ethereum as a whole. Slow speed, and you have to wait, and sometimes your transaction got stuck, right? So all these kind of problems that prevent people from entering DeFi space, right? So at BELA, we actually solve those user pain points by using, first of all, we use aggregation, right? So when one person, they need to spend $100 to save in Curve Finance, what about we aggregate 100 orders together and interact with smart contract? We still spend like the same amount of gas fee, but we can share it among all the users. So that's basically the whole idea. And the second is like even for people that are not competent of using a crypto wallet or like to interact with smart contract, that's fine. We also have a hybrid approach to combine Cefi, custodian, plus DeFi, right? So people can use like BELA one-click product, just like using a exchange, right? They can deposit, and then on the next day, we actually interact with smart contract as an aggregation. And then we subsidize all the gas fees, zero gas fee, free to use. And great user experience because you don't have to wait for the slow confirmation from the Ethereum network, right? So I think it's a great way to for inexperienced users to enter DeFi space. right? So we have a set of different products that cater to, like different types of users, right? The more experienced user who want to save some gas fee and save time, they can use our BELA Flex Savings product. We do auto rebalancing, we subsidize part of the gas fee. And for like new users, they don't know anything about crypto wallets or like smart contract. They can come for the BELA one click, which is hybrid finance type version of our app. Yes.
Okay. So you're aggregating orders, subsidizing gas fees, which are a big deal right now, and then you've got this one-click crypto bank essentially, which is, and this is obviously going to produce these yields, and a lot of people can obviously then participate. Well, more people, I guess, can participate, and I guess this ties a little bit into your vision around open finance as well, which we'll get to in a sec. But let's take a step back as well. Tell us about what assets can people, will they be able to stake with BELA?
So as you guys might know, BELA has been selected as the very first project for Binance Launchpool. Now, Binance Launchpool is a newly unveiled farming platform on Binance, right? So basically, Binance can mitigate some of the risk, by examining the project's smart contract, and people can just stake on the Binance platform. So actually, we designed this product together with the Binance team. It's a very innovative approach, right? So right now on the Binance Launchpool, user can stake BNB, which is their platform token. They can stake ARPA. The BELA project is incubated by the ARPA team. I'm also the CEO of ARPA, right? So they can stake ARPA, and also BUSD, which is the Binance version of stablecoins. So that is the first, I would say, the first promotion event. And after that, later this month, we are going to launch Liquidity Mining to reward people who stake ARPA and BEL, and provide liquidity on Uniswap. Yep. But people can also join with stable coins and with some other like hot DeFi tokens, right? So we want to gather all the traffic and build a very solid community from the very beginning.
So with Binance and this new partnership, would you say that is a Cefi sort of application, and then you've got BELA itself will be DeFi, and you've kind of got these hybrid ability, which is quite a unique feature as well. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah. So the biggest problem right now for DeFi is not about how much money locked. The total value locked is a very important metric, but it's not the only thing that we look at, right? We actually look at all the unique address. So guess, there's only about 3% of people, globally, there are less than 300,000 people who are doing DeFi yield farm actively, right? But there are at least 10 million people who trade cryptos on the very actively. Right, so the user penetration is still pretty low. So I think there are a lot of reasons that I mentioned before, and actually, how can we bridge the Cefi users into DeFi is one of the most important topic going forward. So we want to address that at BELA, right? So actually, the hybrid approach, like I said, basically the exchange or the traffic platform, they can aggregate users' fund, and then they can do the smart contract interaction with our product, for example, like Flex Savings or Liquidity Mining as in bulk, right? So in that way, people can easily get on board, and they can also enter DeFi because their money is still in the smart contract. Yeah, so that is the whole idea, and actually we build products on top of that because we know that as someday, if DeFi is really going big or even beyond crypto, they gotta have more users. Right now, the user base is too small.
So going back, we talked a little bit about assets. So I guess in terms of collateral, what sort of collateral do you think users will be able to stake when BELA launches its full platform?
Right. So there are several different products that we build for the next, I would say, for the next 8 months. Right. So there are several. The first one that we launch right after the Launchpool is going to be the BELA Liquidity Mining, right? So it's kind of another way to bootstrap our token users and to build out a community from different other products. for example, like stablecoin communities, like the ARPA communities and some other DeFi token communities. So that is the first product. It's going to launch in late September. Late September. And the second one is Flex Saving. Basically, it's a very easy access for people to save stable coins and other cryptos, and then we aggregate them, and then we farm on different protocols based on the risk profile, and then we also subsidize with some BEL token, our own tokens, right, to make it even more profitable. So that is the Flex Savings, and then the one click is going to launch in November. Right, so 1 month after Flex Saving, which is going to be in October, right? So one click is the hybrid approach, right? So we have custodian service. Actually, we are in contact with some regulated custodians, and also we aggregate users' fund to interact with smart contract, and then we expose everything of that transaction, to the user. So we want to be centralized but transparent. I think that is the way to go, right? So that project, that product. And then next year, we actually have planned a lending platform. So going back to your question about collateral, it's not really collateral. It's kind of like the investment token types, right? So at first, it's going to be stable coins, ARPA, and some other DeFi tokens. And then we slowly shift to a full-fledged lending platform that we can have more collaterals.
So the Flex Savings is kind of got the loans on the other side of it as well. Is that right?
Flex Saving. So sorry, can you repeat your question?
Oh, so in your second product. So the first product is the Liquidity Mining, and the second one is the Flex Savings. Is the Flex Savings one? Does that have the loans on the other side? So you're kind of lending and you're getting the savings interest on the other side?
Actually, it's not, right? So the lending product is going to be next year. It's going to be maybe our like one of the last product, right? So Flex Saving is actually an aggregator. So think of it as, user can put fund into Flex Savings, right? And then we allocate them to farm on different DeFi protocols. And then so basically, for example, we put it into Compound, right? And then we can earn interest and plus comp token. We sell the comp tokens and give back to the user. The user can choose if they want to get their interest in their native token or in BEL, which we can give another like small bonus if they take BEL tokens. And then like so that is the Flex Savings, right? So our business model is also quite straightforward. Because we make money for the users, we take part of the money earned as a performance fee, right? So that performance fee goes into BELA stakers and also voters, and some of them are going to the referral bonus because we collaborate with centralized exchanges, traffic platforms, or even individuals, right? So that is the allocation of that revenue.
So let's talk about the token now. We've got the BELA token. So is that the name of it, the BELA token, or is it the B token? Tell us about the token itself.
Yeah, it's actually called BEL token, BEL, right? BEL. Yeah, so that's the ticker. So there's a total of 100 million BEL tokens, and around half of them are going to users as like yield farming, and also staking reward, right? So we have 6% of private sale, right? So we the round was closed in August, and it was led by Arrington XRP Capital, and also some other very renowned institutions, right? So there's some risk reserve tokens, there's some ecosystem token that we need to collaborate with to do product integration with some platforms, and then the bulk part is still going to the users as I would say like free tokens, and for Launchpool on Binance is 5%, and it's totally free. People can just stake and earn like the token instead of buying it. Yeah, I think this is like the cleanest way to distribute our token out and build a community.
Okay, and so what do users use the token for? Tell us about how it's used in the BELA ecosystem.
actually like we spend a lot of time just to think about our own like business model, right? So I think like everything, like all the tokens or coins that's sustainable, they gotta have like a good business model, right? So basically, in our flex savings and one-click products, those in those two products, we can make money by making money for the users and taking like a small portion of that profit, right? And those profit are going to BEL token stakers, right? And some other different ways like referral bonus, risk reserve, and also some operations, right? So that is the business model, and that's how BEL token gets the value capture from our ecosystem. That's one. The second one is basically when you hold BEL token, you're gonna have like a discount of service fees, right? So it's similar to BNB or some other exchange tokens. For example, like when you hold tokens, you get like 20% discount on the performance fee, etc. So like those kind of uses. And plus you get the voting power, governance rights, and of course, those are very important to change the metrics and to do some improvements on the network. And the last but not least, we also distribute staking reward, which accounts for 10% of our tokens, right? So people don't need to worry about their token get inflated in the first 2 years because we have like a big chunk as staking reward.
So does that mean if you stake BELA, you'll receive a percentage of the profits from the flex savings and the one click? Is that how it works?
Yes, that's how it works. That's how it works. Yeah, and plus you also get some BEL tokens as well as the staking reward as well.
So it's kind of similar in a way, is it to YFI, would you say, in that mechanism? Or I guess it's
Yes. I would say it's similar to Wi-Fi and it's similar to platform tokens, right? So the exchange platform tokens.
it's kind of a combination of a platform token and a liquidity, I guess, portal token combined together, which is quite innovative in and of itself. And so you said in terms of the tokenomics, are any tokens being burnt, or it's really the staking mechanism which sort of takes the supply out?
There are two popular ways to actually to reward, I would say, like token holders, right? The first one is to burn, right? I think burn is it was quite popular in the past 2 years, but in DeFi space, I think it's more popular to do the dividend sharing or the profit sharing. Like so, when we burn tokens, like everyone get benefits, right? Everyone get benefited because the circulation is smaller. But then we only want to kind of reward the people who be with us for the long term, right? So we give dividends to token stakers. So I think that is more targeted.
So I guess with the launch, with the Binance launch and those new tokens, will they be able to then stake their new tokens in the BELA liquidity mining? Tell us about that.
So like that's how it works. Like Launchpool first, liquidity mining next, and then flex savings, and then one click, right? So those are it is our product roadmap, and as of right now, liquidity mining is ready to go, and then flex saving is 80% finished, right? So I would say we are on a very good track, right? So Launchpool people who get BEL tokens. And also they stake ARPA token for the BEL rewards, right? So they can move their liquidity into liquidity mining and to earn more. And then we can lock the supply of BEL token because in our liquidity mining, the longer you lock the BEL liquidity on Uniswap, actually the more reward multiplier you get, right? So the max multiplier is 2. It's like when you stake your liquidity for 60 days, then you get 2x of the reward you get.
So 60 days of staking in the liquidity pool gets 2x the tokens.
Correct. Yes.
Awesome. And that's the next feature of the I guess it's a product really that's coming up. So some very interesting, incredible products that are coming up right now. Got a question just around governance. So you said when you hold the token, I'm assuming you stake it. What kind of things will BELA token holders be able to vote upon?
To vote upon, to
Uh,
like to.
Yeah. So what can they what things will they be able to vote about? Like what will they be able to use their tokens to vote as
Yeah, to join the governance, basically, right? So we actually do like an off-chain voting system. It's actually called snapshot.page. We set up our our own like the voting kind of portal on snapshot.page. So basically, like when you add liquidity to BEL, to BEL on Uniswap, and then you stake it, right? So you get the voting power. Mm. And then for votes, actually, we can vote on several different things. Well, one obvious one is which DeFi token can be joined, can be added into our prize pool, right? So it is actually like a listing mechanism, right? So that like whatever like token is more popular, we can list them and to give some BEL reward, and then those tokens are decided by the community. Yeah. So that is like one in the near term. And then in the longer term, there are also a lot. Like for example, how much performance fee that should we choose, right? Should we charge? And then like what are the percentage of that performance fee go to? For example, for operation, for risk, for like for the dividends for stakers, etc. Right. So those can all be voted upon.
now in terms of the releasing of the tokens, and obviously there's a private sale. Approximately how many tokens will be in supply? I guess once let's say the liquidity mining and sort of the flex savings are live.
Right. So when actually the listing date on Binance is September 16th, right? So I think is next Wednesday. And then at the launch, there's gonna be I think about like 13.5% of token to be in circulation, right? And also like after a month, it's about I would say like 16 to 17% of the token to be in circulation.
Look, tell us about a lot of people are asking about security right now and risks. What sort of mechanisms have you put in place to, I guess, protect user deposits?
Right. So I think security is the most important aspect for all DeFi projects, right? You can build very fancy product, but once like your smart contract got hacked, then you lose everything. You lose all the users' fund, right? So we do like multiple measures on security. So the first one is like for our own liquidity mining for our own liquidity mining product, is audited by PackShield, which is a very good security auditing company, right? So that is our own contract. And in our flex saving product, because we have to allocate people's fund into different like DeFi protocols, right? We only choose those with long history, reliability, and also with like multiple security audits, right? So in that way, we can protect users' fund. And plus, we also do diversification on users' portfolio. For example, right now, like Wi-Fi only invest in one strategy, right? Only invest in one protocol. But for us, we actually allocate people's fund into like maybe 30% into compound, 30% into curve, and then 40% into something more aggressive, right? So it's diversification. You won't lose your fund like at once. And plus, we also actually evaluate users' risk profile. For example, you only want the conservative, the most secure one. Okay, we might put most of your fund into platforms like Compound or like something else, right? But you want something more aggressive, we can put in in the newer protocols that might not even have like a formal security audit, right? So it's also based on the user's choice. And the last but not least, we have risk reserve tokens, and plus we have risk reserve revenue pool, right? So and all those things can make up the loss if that happens, right? So I think we are, we always have the risk in mind, and we do multiple measures on security.
Now, in your white paper, Felix, you talked a lot about the vision of the future of open finance. Tell us a bit about that and where you see all of this going.
Open finance is a very big topic, right? So DeFi is, I would say like DeFi is a small part of that, but open finance is actually includes all the traditional financial instruments and the banks, the user data, financial data, and also like fintech and plus crypto and plus DeFi, right? So it's a very broad concept. But I think like DeFi is maybe the most aggressive or the avant-garde aspect of open finance, because blockchain enables decentralized clearing, right? But then, like in the traditional finance, stocks, bond, derivatives, they're all centralized clearing house, centralized transactions, right? So blockchain is the most powerful tool to do like financial transactions actually, right? So DeFi is definitely at the forefront. So we want to push the boundary for DeFi. At the end of the day, it can reach the traditional financial instruments. I think that time is going to come in maybe 5 to 10 years. It's going to be a long time. But right now, like we solve the problem of getting user on board for DeFi products. Yeah, I think that is the most imminent thing or pain points that we need to solve right now for the whole industry.
Felix, incredible. Thank you for explaining all of that. And I think all of our users have really enjoyed that, and our community would love to hear from you after your next launch as well. Felix, we end with normally one question on the show. It's a prediction, but we sort of aggregate it all together. And the question is, what do you think the price of Bitcoin in US dollars will be at the end of the year when the clock strikes 12 on New Year's Eve 2020? What do you think? You can answer it however you want. People have answered it all different ways, and obviously it's not financial advice. We don't do financial advice on this show, but it's just an interesting thing. Would love to hear your view.
I don't know. Like actually, like I think Bitcoin volatility is coming down, right? So the volatility is coming down, but like direction should be like gradually coming up, right? But then I don't think it's gonna be anywhere higher than $20,000. It's just gonna be maybe like swinging between like a 10,000 to like 15,000 or something. Yeah, so that's my prediction. Yeah.
Awesome. Felix Xu, everyone, co-founder and CEO at BELA. Thank you so much for joining us at the Daily Exchange.
Thanks, Brad, and thank you for watching. This is awesome show.
Do subscribe, guys, and do follow us. That's it. We're out of here. Yeah.